is that we're having our annual general meeting and our board meeting this afternoon at 1 o'clock. It's in the Abu Dhabi room, it's on the other side of the building. And anyone who's a member at large who would like to join, that's fine, we'd welcome you. For others whose board nominations come forward, we would like you to all be there, please, at 1 o'clock. We are serving lunch for the people who are in the board meeting there, and I look forward to seeing you all there on that. We have a number of items to discuss on the agenda, plus we are going to be electing our new members for the board for the next 2 years. So it's an important time for us, and some of the things that we're looking at doing this year, which I think are going to create a whole new drive and inspiration into the board of the MECSC, is we're having a number of women who have decided that they'd like to join us, and I'm thrilled that they put their names forward to be elected. And I think that that's going to create a lot of new inspiration on the board and throughout the MECSC. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I'd like to chat about is last night's award ceremony. And first of all of you who were there last night, thank you for being there and supporting us. And we really appreciate all of the things that went on at the event. It was a sellout, so although we had a few seats that were vacant, everything was spoken for and paid for. And I was asking some of the organizers from New York who do this on a very regular basis. As you know, we don't, our team, this is our first event. And said, what do you do if you have all of these seats, because we had probably 15, maybe 15 seats left over, although they were paid for. How do you bring somebody else in and sit in those seats although somebody else has paid for them? And it's a very difficult question. If anybody has a solution, maybe not now, but see me later, we'll figure it out, because we could have easily have had a full house. We had about 15, 20 seats left over. But anyway, all of the winners are going to be on our website and the ICSC website, and the whole evening will be there as well. So I think it'll be a great way to follow up on that. One of the other things that I'm going to go through as well today, we have our sponsors who have been so great in supporting us all the way through, and we really appreciate their ongoing attendance and bringing people in, and we're finding that there's so many people coming today from other places. I know the big five's on right now, so that takes away the delegates. But on the other side of it, we've had a great number of people coming to us that are registering now, who are wanting to see what this is all about. We really appreciate your support, and thank you for coming this morning. And let me introduce our sponsors again for you. This is a fairly lengthy list, so please bear with me as I go through it. But our platinum sponsors include Arabian Centers in Riyadh. And with all of their centers, it's a great opportunity to see what the leasing opportunities and developments are looking like. And their stand is just behind the curtain here with us. Also, the Campaign Group in Kuwait, the new Al Quds Palm, and it's at the other end of our exhibition area here. And you must look at that, because this is a waterfront development in Kuwait, and it's really quite something special. It has a lot of attributes that you don't normally see in the region. And I know that Shabak and Abhijit and a few of the others at the stand, David, are pleased to go through all that with you to show you what is going on. The annual sponsors that we have Mall Qatar, and we appreciate their support as well. They have an exhibition stand here, which is great. We have the Hamad Property Company from Jeddah as well. We really appreciate your support, and I've had a great opportunity to chat with a lot of these people who are associated with all of these companies and get to know them a little bit better, which is what this conference is really all about, is getting to know people a little bit better in the industry, rekindling those old relationships, and making sure that when you go forward, you have their business card and you're ready to work with them on certain things or provide the information they're looking for in the future. Our other annual sponsor is Avenue Motos. I know that Jane with her RLI magazine has just put the latest edition, has some pictures of, I think, Dubai Mall on the front. I'm not quite sure, I haven't had a close inspection, but it's a great document. Shopping Centers Today, the SCT magazine out of New York, that's the ICSC magazine. We also have we have an article on Dubai in that magazine as well, which is quite timely and good. And also our supporters of Retail ME magazine from Dubai, we always appreciate your support as well. Our support sponsor from Saudi, the marketing firm AZDEF, with Rayan and his team, have done a lot of work for raising the sponsorship fees for us from Saudi, and we really appreciate your support as usual. Thank you, Rayan. We also have the E.T. Brown Drug Company with Palmer's Lotions, Cocoa Butter. That's a support sponsor. Our lanyard sponsor, which is Aldar Properties. I know if you look at your lanyard, you'll see the Aldar. We appreciate your support in that regard. We have our technology sponsor, Hypermedia Display Systems, and they have a couple of movies in the hallway. I think you've seen those as well. Those are great. Targeting people at their destination. That's what they do. Other exhibitors that we have include Deerfield's Town Square Shopping Center, Al Bahia in Abu Dhabi. They have a booth there as well, which is great. LP Flex, the lighting solutions. We appreciate your support as well. Savant Data Systems, People Counting Systems, same. Futurum Solutions, Technologies as well. Venue Art Displays, the interior hall displays. We really appreciate your support on that. The food and beverages and the conference breaks and the ballroom and the other area, the exhibition area here, they're sponsored by Avenues Mall in Muscat, and we truly appreciate your support for all of that. And for lunch, the Hamad Property Company, we especially enjoy the lunches that you have been sponsoring for us as well, and the Blue Orange Restaurant, which is located just down one level below the main lobby of the hotel here as well. I think that one of the other things, other initiatives that we were able to do when we were in, Mohammed and I, when we were in Jeddah, which was a couple of weeks ago, we were able to get the Jeddah Chamber of Commerce to be one of our supporters. Yeah, it's a great support. Thanks. And what's happened is that through meeting with them and chatting with them, the MECSC were able to, through Mohammed's support, were able to put 12 to 15,000 emails out on their database in Jeddah, supporting our initiative with the RECon conference. And I think that's the kind of initiative that we love to see, because it comes from a different direction, so it's always great when you see a different direction and emails coming supporting our cause. So once again, I want to thank you for that. I know we're also working on getting the same kind of relationship going in Riyadh, and we've made some great inroads there, but we're not quite where we are, for example, with So, let's see, what else is there that I've missed to speak about? Let me just go through my notes for a second. Yes, there's something that's very important for us. I think as you recognize, or maybe you don't know, but our team, MENA, Jury, Maurice, Jocelyn, and myself, this is the first conference we put together. And actually, when we consider that we really started working very hard on this project to put this conference together only in October, mid-October this year, it's been a lot of work for us, and our team has done a phenomenal job of putting it all together. But I would first like to have you all give them a round of applause. I don't know if they're here or not. I see a couple because they've done a great job. Thank you very much. And everything in life is measured, whether you like it or not. And on your table, you have one of these. And this is a delegate evaluation form, as it's called. We need your response on these, and they're anonymous, so you can say whatever it is you want to say on these things. But it's important because we use this information as feedback, because you are our customers. You are the people who we have to serve. Our job is, as we say here, our chief role of the ICSC and the MECSC is to facilitate your business and advance your personal careers in the retail industry. To do that, we have to be measured. And when you have the opportunity to measure us, you can tell us what you need more of or less of. And specifically with this conference, it will be important for you to please to fill this in and let us know what you truly believe. So take 5 minutes now while I'm adding on and do that work now. Would be great. Thank you. Let's see. Phil and your team, I saw Phil come in. Do you have your microphones on? Okay, great. Thanks, Phil. So let's move into the first session this morning. Phil McArthur is no stranger to this organization or the retail industry. I know Phil and I worked together in Canada and Vancouver in the 80s together, and we were laughing this morning about some of the circumstances we found ourselves in. And that's a long time ago, but it was still fun, and it's the industry and it stays with us. And I guess the point of this conversation is that whatever you do in life, there's something that happens as a result of it, and it still keeps happening. So Phil and I have been around here for a long time, and Phil has dedicated his professional career to the development and expansion of shopping centers globally for the past 33 years. Phil has developed an excellent international reputation for strategically positioning his projects, ensuring execution, and delivering consistently strong financial returns in the shopping center industry in North America, the Middle East, and North Africa, and Asia. In 2011, he established the Dubai-based McArthur and Company, which currently provides retail development, strategic planning, as well as leasing and management services to the MENA region. So please join me in welcoming Phil to the stage. Phil has a great crew here, and he will introduce them all. Thanks, Phil. Thanks. Let me get my papers here.
We're the only two guys in Dubai that don't dye our hair.
No, Phil, I worked hard at my hair for 6 or 7 years.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Well, it's pretty exciting to be here, isn't it? Like day 2, pretty good turnout this morning. Thank you very much. I think what's really great about these conferences, like David says, I've been in the business for ages. But it was very exciting for me in 1996 when I came here to work on the Dera City Center. That Middle East Council of Shopping Centers was already going and very strong. So this is my 17th RECon MENA, so I'm very proud to be here. And with our little company, we've been really busy the last couple days, and I hope you have been too, because I see a lot of people in corners and having meetings and discussions, and obviously with the trade show outside, there's a lot of momentum building. If you can do anything after this conference, go back and tell people it's worthwhile. Not always what you learn in this room, but it's all the networking and people you can phone and ask for advice. It's extremely important. But today I have the pleasure of talking about something other than shopping centers, common area, and parking lots. So let's go on to what we're going to do. We're going to talk about some exciting things that are going on in this region. We're really fortunate to have the optimism in the GCC. Look at places like Qatar, with the FIFA 2022, or Abu Dhabi with the Formula One. A lot of emphasis on creating spectacular events. And the event we're going to talk about today is the bid. Not successful yet because the judging's tomorrow, or the nominations are going to be reviewed tomorrow, and the selection will be tomorrow by the Bureau of International Expositions. So, I'm a hockey fan, and what we don't want to do in hockey is ever predict the outcome of the game, and we don't want to predict that there's going to be a shutout by the goalie. But I think in Dubai, we're strong enough to understand that if we get behind the vision and we believe in it, many things can happen. So today we're going to have a positive look at this with the chance that we're going to win the bid tomorrow. I think it's very exciting. So I just read the newspaper this morning. Maybe that's why I left my presentation somewhere. I got up, had breakfast, read the newspaper, wrote down comments, and then left it somewhere. Anyway, the headline this morning: nervous times as Expo decision draws near. Expo 2020 decision keeping everyone tense, including the stock market. Well, I don't think the retail community feels that way. I think the retail community has really managed to welcome the world for a long time in Dubai, and I think there's going to be a new opportunity. So today we're going to talk a bit, we're still there? Okay, today we're going to talk a bit about the event, and then I'm going to ask 3 panelists to come up about 5 minutes from now, and we'll talk a bit about how Expo 2020, if successful, could really change the shape of retailing in the region. But you're tired of me, and there's this cute little guy named Ali, and I think we're going to show Ali now, and Ali's going to tell you all about Expo 2020.
Can you hold your breath for 2 minutes and dive 50 feet? No, I can't either, but my dad can. In fact, he dives for fun, going deep down to try to find pearls. My grandfather taught him. Although diving for him wasn't for fun, it was work, because in those days, pearls were how grandfather earned his money. It must have been so scary. I'm Ali, by the way. I'm 10, and I live in the greatest city in the world, Dubai. in the United Arab Emirates. Okay, I haven't seen many other cities, but when I look at my grandfather's pictures, this Dubai looks like another place. Now come see my Dubai. Our teacher asked us why the Expo should come to our city. I said because the UAE is already like one big incredible Expo. In the last 40 years, just look at what we have done. We have built a place that is clean, healthy, safe, and fun. Here everything moves, except when it doesn't. This is Burj Khalifa, which is 2,760.5 feet high. But you know, we can't take all the credit. Not at all. We've always worked with people from other countries. The UAE is where the East meets the West. That's why it's been a trading post since ancient times. It is also the perfect place to bring together the world's best brains, like architects, scientists, engineers, and programmers, and get some awesome results. Just take a look at this. This project in Abu Dhabi, it's like a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now. Most of the power for the whole city comes from the sun. So that means the carbon emissions are tiny, and there's no pollution, no waste, no fumes, no suits, no acid. I think this project should be part of our Expo, because Expos introduce incredible things to the world, like the telephone, first seen at an Expo, moon rock, the Eiffel Tower, and one of the most important breakthroughs in the history of man, ketchup. Now we hope you'll decide it's the UAE's turn to amaze the world with the World Expo in Dubai in 2020. Why? People from 200 nationalities live here. Most people can reach Dubai in just 8 hours, and many in less than 4. Over 15 million people came through Dubai last year, and we know how to welcome them. We have seen what the UAE can do when we connect with the world. Now here in Dubai, we want to build our own stage for the world's most brilliant ideas. Let us create a World Expo you'll never forget.
He's a pretty good ambassador and a cute ambassador for Dubai. So what we want to talk about today is hopefully tomorrow we'll have a successful bid, and we want to talk about how we prepare for the future. So really the question is, how will retail welcome the world to Dubai? We all know that Dubai has had this tremendous growth, as Alec told us, in the last 40 years. And we all know how it started with the vision of Sheikh Rashid, and today with His Highness's vision about anything can happen. Can-do attitude. Dubai is probably the only place in the world that has this kind of attention to getting things done and doing it in a big way and doing it in a professional way and in a long-lasting way. And I think it's an opportunity now for the, next slide please, an opportunity for all of us, retailers, developers, people supporting the industry, to pull together. And we have the mechanisms to do it, which is wonderful. We have International Council of Shopping Centers, which has 65,000 members worldwide. And attention is on this region, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Saudi, Egypt. A lot of attention is being paid to the region. So time for some profile building and some cooperation. And obviously Middle East Council of Shopping Centers, and under the great leadership of David, and a lot of new energy coming along. And then we've always had the Dubai Shopping Mall Group, which represents all the centers. And I think those kinds of groups can be replicated in every city in the region in order to work together for shopping festivals and similar events. It's really, if you think about it, a powerful combination of skills. Expo, shopping centers, developers, and retailers able to touch all the visitors and make a meaningful difference. Let's just go through a few slides to talk about why expos are important. Because they do leave a legacy in their communities. They showcase innovation. It's like Ali talks about, an opportunity for new inventions, new ideas, new strategies, new technologies to be able to showcase. And we all know that people like to show off. So every nation want to show how great their country is and all the positive attributes about their country. And what a great window to the world that the UAE will have when hosting all these nations coming here. And with the investment that's going to be required and the number of visitors and opportunities, sure, there's going to be some people talking about bubbles and real estate boom, but we all know that it's going to have a tremendous impact on infrastructure, hospitality, etc. So let's look at a few images of previous expos. This was Expo 2000 in Hanover, Germany. And then there was 2 successful expos in Lisbon, Portugal, and in 1988 in Brisbane, Australia. And one that I'm very familiar with because my family went often, and I know other people, David and other people who lived in Vancouver, we really enjoyed the Expo 86, which really put Vancouver on the map and really led the way, I think, to hosting the Winter Olympics several years later. Just showing the capability of the city to handle it. The last World's Fair was in Shanghai, China, and the attendance there was a record 73 million people. 246 countries were represented or organizations participated in the Expo. You can see the investment was almost $2 billion, and it actually made an operating profit because they probably had some great accountants that can take care of that. But let's talk about the economic spin-off. You know, obviously that all of this construction and boom and visitors and airlines and retail is all going to create jobs. It's all going to create investment opportunities. And, you know, we all know that it has to last and be sustainable after the Expo, should we be successful. So this is the site of the proposed 2020 World's Fair in Dubai. It's located adjacent to the Al Maktoum Airport. That's Dubai's second international airport that just opened recently. It's really a smart move to put everybody comes to Dubai by airplane. So put your World's Fair right at the doorstep of the airport. And it's also strategically located halfway between the Abu Dhabi Airport and the Dubai International Airport. So I think there's been a lot of strategy put into this. And here's an image of the actual venue that will be located in Jebel Ali. And if you want more information, just go to the Expo 2020 website. It's got all sorts of great information. And hopefully there'll be all sorts of banners, balloons, fireworks tomorrow to celebrate. But before we celebrate, let's talk about if retail could be prepared, and I'm going to invite the panel, finally, panel to come up, and I want to introduce them individually when they get up here, because we want to keep everything moving along this morning, because the morning session is always the toughest one to do. And I'm trying to capture your imagination. I sure had my imagination captured this morning when I lost my presentation at 10 after 10. But somehow I got rescued. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll introduce the panel. Why don't you have a seat, and then we'll get started. So starting from your left to right is Dimitri George Vasilakis. Dimitri is the Executive Managing Director of Shopping Malls for the Majid Al Futtaim Properties. Welcome. Thank you. Abdullah bin Sugat, who's the Managing Director of the bin Sugat Group of Properties, and also had a very strategic role in the infancy of the Dubai International Financial City. So Abdullah brings an interesting perspective from private, enterprise, and public. And a stalwart of the Middle East Council of Shopping Centers,